Stasis is the most underrated subclass in the whole of Destiny 2, and I want to change that. Sup people, it's J, and I'm going to give you 5 reasons why Stasis is a meta killer. But before we get into this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn the bell icon to support the channel. Number 5. Stasis strips most of the movement from your opponent. Now this is important as Destiny has so much movement it can be classified as a movement shooter. You've got solo warlocks with Icarus Dash, and Arc Titans with frontal shields. And especially with Season of the Deep, it is easier than ever to be amplified for longer periods of time. But with slow you can stop them in their tracks and make them sitting ducks for you or your teammates. At the end of the video, I'll give you a free build that is versatile and improved due to the new Season of the Deep aspect changes. Number 4. Since Stasis is an underrated subclass, not many people make counter builds to it. So you're free to do whatever you want with Stasis. And as a bonus, it is not map dependent, so no matter what map you're playing with, it's always going to be powerful some way. This is different from most meta subclasses, as they are map dependent. Arctitans are a lot weaker in open maps, and young Ankara spine hunters suck in areas with no places to stick their trip lines. Number 3. With the launch of Season of the Deep, Withering Blades got a minor buff that increased its trekking. This makes it actually viable in PvP and not surplus fuel. I recommend that you start an engagement using Withering Blades to catch your target slowed, almost guaranteeing a win in an engagement. Number 2. Stasis Hunters have one of the best shutdown supers in the game. The ability to freeze your opponents and slow and continuously damage them with your Stasis Storm. Although it has a long animation, it is insane against other supers.
Zone A lost. Double down. You captured Zone A. That's a power play. You took them. Now hold them. 2 for 1.
Number 1. As a Stasis Hunter, if you do not have this exotic showing on your screen right now, you need to get it. It's like the bread and butter of most Stasis PvP builds. Not only does this exotic turn your dodge into a teleport, but it also gives you a damage boost, even in PvP. Even though it's minor, which is 5%, it can be the difference between winning or losing a battle. Now, since you made it to the end of the video, I will show you my favorite build in maybe the whole of Destiny 2 PvP. So first we're going over abilities. Marksman's Dodge would be the best choice for our class ability as it is the shortest cooldown. We don't need to change our hitbox with Gambler's Dodge as we're teleporting. Strafe Jump is the best jump in PvP as you're able to instantly change directions in one jump. This means that it has one of the best aerial maneuverability in the whole Destiny 2, other than solo warlocks. Withering Blade is our only melee ability, and I've already explained it previously in the video. Since this build is based around slowing people, Industrial Grenades will be one of our best options. It's also the easiest grenade to use with a highest skill ceiling with a large AoE. It also synergizes into our aspects and our fragments. Switching on aspects, let's get into them. Winter Shrouds allows us to slow nearby targets when we dodge. Combined with Mask of Bacchus, this practically makes us immune to shotgun rushing, or any form of rushing in general. The touch of Winter aspect increases the size of your grenade and creates a stasis crystal in the middle. This stasis crystal will be useful for our fragments, which I'll show now. Whisper of Endurance increases our slow duration, which is very, and I emphasize very important for this build, as it is noticeable. Whisper of Shards allows us to get more grenade energy whenever we destroy stasis crystal from our dust or grenades, with our Touch of Winter aspect. Whisper of Chains gives us extra recovery, which is very useful in PvP, and also grants us damage resistance whenever we have a stasis crystal near us. But know that the damage resistance is around 5%, but it's still a decent amount. That's like 1 point of damage taken away from you. Whisper of Torment allows you to gain grenade energy whenever you take damage, which means even more industrial grenades. Now that Shattered Dive has 2 fragment slots, you can even use it now, instead of Touch of Winter. Of course, I'm using Mask of Bacchus, and I'm going to be running targeting mods as I'm using a sniper. On my arms, I'm using melee kickstart and grenade kickstart for even more ability regeneration, and I'm using harmonics and dexterity to switch to my SMG real fast. You can use whatever you want in this chest, because it doesn't really matter. Right now I'm just using triple unflinching stasis aim. On my legs, I'm using recuperation and better already, as it heals me whenever I pick up an orb of power. I'm also using Arc Holster to reload my sniper whenever I'm not using it, but this could change depending on your preferences on weapons. On my cloak, I'm using double utility kickstart and bomber for even faster grenade regeneration and class ability regeneration, so I can teleport even more. The new seasonal SMG, Rapacious Appetite, can be crafted with enhanced target lock and perpetual motion, so you can get even more ridiculous timed kills with Master Bacchus. This is probably the best roll you could get with this gun. Now I'm going to be showing you my 2 favorite snipers. The first is Cloud Strike, since it has multi-kill potential. And next is the most underrated sniper in this game, the Borealis. With Art Mode, it has the highest handle in the game, which can even surpass Snapshot Sight on some snipers. Now I'll show you some footage of me and my friend testing Stasis. And with all of that done, we're now at the end of the video, so don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Until next time, RPG out.